Hey, welcome back everyone. Tom here, Park Avenue Trading. Gotta really apologize for last week not putting up the market update. Went out for some oysters because oysters put lead in your pencil, and at my age I need a lot of lead. But I got a bad one, and I was sick for the last 3 days. Just coming back right now, feeling good. Gonna give you some new market levels to trade off of. 506 pips booked in profits. Go back and look at the other video. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. If you like what you see, thumbs up. Don't forget to ring the bell. Come on in for the new levels that we could trade off of this week and make some more pips. Look forward to seeing you on the inside. Cheers. Okay, welcome back everyone. Going to start the analysis off with the euro dollar. Also going to do some tallies. And everything is documented. You could see from the other YouTubes that I put out there, the other analysis that I did. You can go back and watch just from last week. I'm only talking about from last week to this week. Now, in total, I think there's over 2,500 pips here. Now, I'm doing that basically based off of, it's not a perfect number. I didn't do the analysis for every one of the trade calls, but let's just look at this trade call. In the last video I put out, I said an open above 117.04 was going to drive the euro dollar to 117.60. And then we had a target at 118, they say 20, it was actually 118.17. And if you just basically took this one trade, okay, where you entered at an open above 117.04, okay, and you just rode it to the 117.60, got out at 117.60, if you know you're a panic merchant, and you sold it, well, that was worth 56 pips. So that one trade alone was worth 56 pips. Now, it never challenged the 117.04, so you know a trader that was position trading would not have exited the trade because he was never in, or she was never in danger of like losing anything. And it did rally up to not quite the high that we wanted it to go to. It went to 118.02, so 18 pips off of what the projection was. Now I'm going to give you some new projections for this week so that we can make some more pips on this. Okay, starting with the downside, if the euro dollar opens below 117.81, there's a next level of support at 117.40. If it can open below 117.40, we're looking at attacking 116.92. If we open below 116.92, we're looking at 116.50. And open below 116.50 is going to drive us down to 115.84. Now, what does it need to do to show strength? Well, it needs definitely to stay above this 117.40, also 117.60. So these are two areas of consolidation where the market's either going to make a decision whether or not it wants to drive down before it goes up or drive down and continue down. But right now, what we need to do is we need to open above 118.20. If we can open above 118.20, there's another level at 118.48, not very far away. Generally happens when markets are in a moment of like compression, getting ready to blow either way, you know, in upward movements, or getting rejected very quickly, going back down into the range. There's no real scientific way to determine, only watching price action. An open above 118.48 drives us to the 119.51 important level, because if we can open above 119.51, I would do more analysis because we're looking really at like 121.5, 122. But I'll come back to that. And either way, if we break any crazy level, I will come back and do that analysis. All right, good old dollar yen. We said an open above 109.48 was going to drive us to 110.25. I also said an open above 110 would drive us to 110.25. So if you just had taken this one trade, say 109.50 to 110.20, you know, you're looking at what, 70 pips or so? So that was another 70 pips that you guys got. Now, I'm going to do some further analysis right here for you. So hang on a second. Okay, dollar yen is approaching a very critical support level at 109.70. Been mentioning that before. An open below 70 is going to push us right to this 109.49. If there's strength and it opens below 109.49, we're going to attempt to attack that 109.06 level, which happened here and got rejected pretty quickly, but couldn't get over that 110.25. If we open below 109.06, we have a very critical level at 108.80. And open below 108.80 is going to drive us to 103.30. This is a trend change indicator line. Trend change indicator line. If we open below 108.35, the market's basically whispering in our ear that the upward movement is potentially finished and we're going to be heading down to lower levels. The first level would be 107.65. Now, it doesn't mean that if it comes down through this point, it's going to go straight down. No, what it means is that we could get some really good rallies off of this, short-term rallies. But most likely, they're not going to be able to sustain themselves to break above these upper levels and continue higher. Most likely, the marketplace has moved into a bearish scenario. Okay, but it's just an indicator line. Don't, like, I'm going to just sell everything I got there and go to sleep. That's not what this is about. It's a warning signal that all the upward momentum is kind of lost its steam and is most likely we're going to head lower. Okay, in my opinion. If dollar yen can hold the 109, say 49 level, and we can finally open above 110.25. That level has been a biatch. It's unbelievable. The next level we have is not too far away at 110.59. So again, we're getting congestion and some tough movements. The real breakout would be an open above 110.80 with follow through would bring us back to the old high of 111.65. Then we'd have to take a new look. So that's good old dollar yen. All right. Euro yen, I had said that an open above 128.58 was going to yield 129.05. And then I said an open above 129.05 was going to yield 129.85. So I was short by about 10 pips, 9 pips, something like that. God forbid you bought this thing and you wrote it up to 129.70 because that was 125 pip profit. But absolutely, really, it didn't really go against you. I mean, of course, it dipped down here. If you were a panic merchant, you sold up at 129.05. Fine. You still made 50 points. But this trade was worth 125 pips. Let me give you some new analysis right now on Euro Yen. Euro Yen. Okay, Euro Yen is opening below an important price of 129.65. If it continues downward, basically the support level is 129.18. If it opens below 129.18, we got 129.05. If it blows through 129.04, 128.61. There's kind of like a double level of support here between 53 and 61. If it can get through that point, we're heading to 127.48. Now, what it needs to do in order to recover, it needs to open above 129.65.70. Then it has resistance again at 85. So it's going to be a really difficult area for Euro Yen. But if it can open above 129.85, we got another resistance level at 130.03. If it opens above 130.03, then we got 130.55. An open above 130.55 brings us to 131.08. And it's going to have some tough, difficult times, but these levels will be very important. Now, so what I would do really is I wouldn't even pay attention to, like, you could look to sell up in here if you got some you see some resistance, you could sell it, really tight stops. But really the open above 130.03 would signal, okay, wow, we got some momentum going here. We should be able to get up to, like 130.80, 131, something like that. That's how I would look at it. All right, let's do the next one. Okay, last video I told you an open above 150. The figure was going to drive us up to 150.40-ish, which was actually down in here. Okay, 150.40. Also said that if we can get above 150.40, we were going to drive up to 151.10, and an open above 151.10 was going to drive us to 151.56. Had you would have bought at 150 and held on and exited at 151.50, that's a 150 pip profit. So far we're looking at a lot of money here. So hang on one second. Let's move on to the new analysis. Okay, made a slight adjustment. An open below 151. Actually, this supposed to be 07. Okay, I don't know why it's showing 04, but 07. It's going to drive us down to probably right around this level here, 150.43. An open below 150.43 brings us right back down to 150, the figure, the genesis of the move up. If it opens below 150, the figure, it's 149.16. An open below 149.16, 148.44. If anything happens, I'll actually do another video. If we can open above 151.66, the first target level is 152.32. If we open above 152.32, it's 152.91. All right, let's move on to the final currency, which is sterling dollar. Okay, in the last video, I told you an open above 136.80 was going to drive us to 137.40 right there. I said also that if it can open above 137.40, it should drive us to 137.83. Now there was a nice retracement, but it went right back to our support level. So if you had gotten long here, there was no reason to sell unless there was an open below this price. You could have got out. Okay, here you could have taken 130 a trade off. Let's just say that you were a strong trader at this point and you rode this up to this point. Well, that's 100 pips right there. So let's get on with the further analysis. Okay, sterling dollar. An open below 137.40 is going to drive us to this pretty important price of 137.20. If we can open below 137.20, most likely we're going to attack the 136.80 and then drift down to 136, say 60. Open below 136.60 drives us to a very critical price of 136.04, and open below that brings us down to 135.44. In order for sterling to show strength, it needs to open above 137.97. It will then probably drift up to 138.55. And then attack 139. If it opens above 138.55, it should go up to 139.24, where it'll meet further resistance. So there you have the analysis for the upcoming week until Wednesday. And remember, folks, it's not whether, it's not what you want to buy or sell that's important. It's where you buy or sell it. Market timing is extremely important because it gives you the ability to stay in a trade longer if you buy or sell at the right prices. I have dedicated 18 years of my life to trying to find really good market timing. So if you're new to the channel and you like what you see and you viewed the past videos and see how many pips were scooped up, please subscribe. If you like the video and the content, give me the thumbs up. Good old YouTube loves those thumbs up. Don't forget to ring the bell, because then you'll get all my future videos coming right into your mailbox and you can check out the new analysis. Look forward to talking to you again soon. Remember, enjoy the party, dance near the door. Cheers. Oh, and before you go, I just did a combined total. This week was worth 506 pips. So if you were trading $50,000, you had a $2,530 gain. Incredible. Free money. Cheers.